Okay, a very good morning children. Children, in the previous class we discussed how to find zeros of a quadratic polynomial, linear polynomial, etc. from graph. Graphically, how to obtain the zeros of a linear polynomial and quadratic polynomial. I had discussed everything in detail. Children, today let us discuss something more about the zeros of a how to obtain, how to know the nature of roots, I mean zeros of a quadratic polynomial from graph or graphically. See, that day I told you while teaching the graph of any quadratic polynomial, if you draw the graph of any quadratic polynomial, it will be a parabola or it will have a parabolic path, okay? And I said the parabola will what? It will either intersect the x-axis, you see. There are 6 different cases, see. These are the different cases which we had not discussed that way. Only I had said that how to obtain zeros of a quadratic polynomial? First you draw the graph of the quadratic polynomial and you see if it cuts the x-axis, if the parabola obtained cuts the x-axis in two distinct means two different points, then you find the x-coordinates of those 2 points and the x-coordinate of those 2 points will be the required zeros of the quadratic polynomial. One more thing also I had said, children, you recall, the graph may touch the x-axis at exactly one point. Okay, that means in that case, what was the conclusion? The conclusion was the polynomial has 2 equal zeros. That means what I mean to say, if a polynomial has 2 equal zeros, then the graph, that means the parabola which will be obtained, it will touch the x-axis exactly at one point. Okay, now see children. Now see, there are 6 different cases. From these cases we can easily say about the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Okay. Suppose see, this is case 1, see. In this case, see, this is the graph of a quadratic polynomial. This is a parabola, which is a parabola. Now it opens upward. See, this parabola, case 1, see, in this case, the parabola opens what? Upward. If the parabola opens upward, I have also told you, how will you know whether a parabola will open upward or downward? If the value of a, you see the quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, this is the quadratic polynomial. You have to draw the graph of this. So if the value of a means the coefficient of x square. If it is positive, then definitely the parabola will open upward. And when a is negative, in this case you see, in this case the parabola opens what? It downward. So here a will be negative. Here a will be negative, here a will be positive. What is the difference you see? Here the parabola, that is the graph of the quadratic polynomial, okay, it has intersected the x-axis in 2 distinct points. See, this point and suppose this is a dash, you see. Now this parabola intersects the x-axis in 2 distinct points and these 2 distinct points a and a dash will have some coordinates, okay. So what are the coordinates? X coordinate particularly, you have to find the x coordinate of a and x coordinate of a dash. It can be obtained from the graph. After drawing the graph, you will easily be able to know what are the x coordinates of a and a dash. Those 2 x coordinates of a and a dash will be the required zeros of this quadratic polynomial which opens what? Upward. So what I mean to say children, when you see, in this case what will happen? As the polynomial has 2 distinct, I mean 2 different zeros, so the polynomial can be factorized into 2 linear factors. Whatever quadratic polynomial is given, if you factorize, you will get 2 linear factors, okay? And because you will get 2 linear factors, that is why the parabola will intersect the x-axis at 2 distinct points, okay? So, you remember, if the parabola intersects the x-axis at 2 distinct points, from this we will conclude that the given quadratic polynomial can be factorized into 2 linear factors and it has 2 distinct or 2 different zeros, okay? Now look at the second case. In this case, the parabola bends downward. That means because a is negative, the value of a is negative. The coefficient of x square is negative. So in this case, certainly the parabola will open downward. And you see, it has opened downward. But you see, it has intersected the x-axis again in 2 distinct points. This is one point, this is another point. So from this we will say that in this case also the given quadratic polynomial can be factorized into two linear factors, or it has two linear factors. Okay, different factor, distinct linear factors. Okay. Now you in this case it opens downward and it caught or intersects the x-axis in two distinct points. Now these two distinct points, okay, they have some coordinate. So what is the x coordinate of A and what is the x coordinate of A dash? Those two x coordinates of the points A and A dash will be the required zeros of this quadratic polynomial whose graph opens downwards. That means what I want to say, in these two cases, case 1 and case 2, here the parabola opens upward, it intersects x-axis in two distinct points, and so it has two distinct zeros, means different zeros. Then how to get those different zeros? To get those different zeros, you have to find the x-coordinate of these points, A and A dash. Second, you see in the second case, the same thing, only the difference is the parabola it opens downward, and again it intersects the x-axis in two distinct points, so it has two two linear factors, two distinct linear factors. It can be factorized. The given polynomial can be factorized into two distinct linear factors, which shows that it has also two distinct zeros, means two different zeros. And what are those two zeros? Those two zeros are the x coordinate of this point and this point, where the parabola cuts the x-axis. Okay. Now come to case 3. You see, in this case, look at, this is the graph of a quadratic polynomial. Clearly, this graph, it is a parabola, but you see what is the difference? It opens upward. Upward means definitely it must be positive. Okay. Here it does not cut the x-axis in two distinct points. This parabola has not cut or intersect the x-axis in two distinct points. Rather, it has touched. It has touched. You see, this is the point. This is the point, suppose A, where it has touched the x-axis. So what does it show then? If the parabola touches the x-axis at exactly one point, that means we will conclude whether it bends upward or downward. You see, it bends downward here, upward here, but it touches the x-axis. That means here the given quadratic polynomial has two equal factors. Okay, the given, it will not have distinct linear factors. The two linear factors are equal in this case and in this case. Why? Because the reason is the graph of the parabola, the graph of the quadratic polynomial, which is a parabola, it touches the x-axis exactly at one point. So when it touches the x-axis at exactly one point, we will conclude that the quadratic polynomial will have what? Two equal factors. It can be factorized into two equal factors. So if we can factorize it into two equal factors, that means the two zeros are what? Definitely the two zeros are equal. That means in this case and in this case, in both these cases, the polynomial, the quadratic polynomial will have two equal factors, means two equal zeros. Okay, as it touches the x-axis exactly at one point. Okay, that means the two zeros are coincident. Coincident means equal zeros. Okay. Now come to the fifth case. Fifth case and sixth case. You see, in these two cases, look at. This is also a parabola, means it is the graph of a quadratic polynomial. So here A is greater than 0, here A is less than 0. See, it opens downward, so A will be negative. Here it opens, the parabola opens what? Upward, so A will be positive. Now what is the difference? What is the observation? See children, in this case, the parabola neither touches, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. In this case and in this case, the parabola, that means the graph of the quadratic polynomial, it neither touches the x-axis nor intersects or cuts the x-axis in two distinct points. Has it cut? See, it has not cut. This has also not cut. This parabola has not cut the x-axis or intersect the x-axis in two distinct points, nor it has touched the axis. You see, neither the parabola cuts the x-axis in two distinct points, nor it touches exactly at one point. So what is the observation? That means it lies, this parabola lies completely above the x-axis here. In this case, the parabola which bends upward, you see, the parabola which bends upward lies exactly above the x-axis. It does not cut or intersect x-axis, nor it touches the x-axis. Similarly, in this case, you see, the graph of the graph of the quadratic polynomial, which is a parabola, this parabola lies completely below x-axis. See, in the sixth case, the parabola lies completely below the x-axis. Okay, it neither touches the x-axis nor intersects the x-axis. So what will be our conclusion in these two cases? What will be our conclusion? Here no doubt A is positive, here A is negative. This parabola lies completely above x-axis. This parabola lies completely below x-axis. So what will be about their zeros? What can we conclude about their zeros in these two cases? See children, when the parabola opens upward and it lies completely above x-axis, when it lies completely above x-axis, that means we cannot, you see, this polynomial, if you factorize this polynomial, if you factorize the given quadratic polynomial whose graph lies above completely above x-axis, you cannot factorize it into distinct linear factors. Okay, you cannot factorize, you see, you cannot factorize the polynomial into distinct linear factors. In this case also, as the parabola lies completely below x-axis, so whatever your quadratic polynomial is given, if you factorize it, okay, by any means, using factorial theorem or whatever method you know, okay, splitting the middle term, whatever. So you will find that you cannot factorize that polynomial into linear factors. Okay, so that is the first conclusion. If the parabola lies completely above x-axis or completely below x-axis, then we cannot factorize the polynomial into real factors. Okay, I mean linear factors. This is the first observation. Then what about zero? What about their zeros? What about the zeros of this polynomial and this polynomial? So, as the parabola does not intersect or cut the x-axis, nor it touches the x-axis, as the parabola neither cuts or intersects the x-axis, nor it touches the x-axis. That means, what will be the conclusion? Clearly, it is very clear that it has no zero. So this quadratic polynomial will have no zero and this quadratic polynomial will have no zero, as the graph of these two polynomials lie completely above x-axis and completely below x-axis, and it does not intersect or cut the x-axis neither at one point nor it touches cut the x-axis neither in two distinct points nor it touches the x-axis at one point. So the conclusion is, in these cases the quadratic polynomial will have no zero. These two polynomials we cannot factorize them into linear factors. Okay, these are the things. Okay, children, I am summarizing the thing once again so that you will have a clear concept. From graph you can easily say, you can easily find how many zeros, what are the zeros, everything. Okay, if the graph of the quadratic polynomial is this, if this is the graph of a quadratic polynomial given, you will come to know that A will be positive. It has intersected x-axis in two distinct points, so it has two zeros. Okay, first thing. And how to obtain those two zeros? Find the x-coordinate. From the graph, you see what is the x-coordinate of these 2 points. Okay. Similar is the case here, because here also the graph intersects the x-axis in two distinct points. Okay. From these two, we can easily say how many zeros are there and what are the zeros. Okay. In this case, you see, in these two cases, if you found that the graph touches the x-axis exactly at one point, that means you will come to know that the given quadratic polynomial will have two equal zeros. That means both alpha and beta will be same. Okay, it will have same zeros. Both alpha and beta will be same. And in this case, when the graph of any quadratic polynomial, it lies completely above x-axis or completely below x-axis, you will immediately come to conclude that these two have no zeros. So as they have no zeros, how can we find? Okay, we cannot find. So here we can factorize the polynomial. You see, we cannot factorize. Here we cannot factorize the polynomial into two linear factors. Here we will get two equal factors, two equal linear factors, because it touches the parabola, touches the x-axis. Okay, at one point, exactly at one point. Similarly, here in these two cases, the parabola intersects or cuts the x-axis in two distinct points. So the given quadratic polynomial can easily be factorized into two distinct linear factors. Okay, children, I hope you understood about zeros, how to find zeros of quadratic polynomial graphically. without using algebraic methods. Algebraic method I had discussed in the previous class, okay, before 1-2 days I had discussed, okay. So this completed the graphical representation of quadratic polynomial and how to obtain 0. I hope you understood, children. So we will discuss the rest thing in the next class, okay. Thank you.